Hello and welcome to Between Two Cubes, the podcast where we're at work. Welcome to work.
Yeah,
Well,
on the walking treadmill.
on the walking treadmill. Dude, that's hilarious. Man, do I miss that walking treadmill? I used to get on that thing and just walk for miles.
Right?
Yeah, like
That's what
I
I'm
would get.
trying to do today.
Yeah, I'd be on that thing for like 2 hours and like
I
walk.
think we'd all be more productive if we all had walking treadmills.
Yeah, I actually think that. I actually was really productive on that thing, contrary to popular belief. I was very productive when I went to the walking treadmill. Dude, that's awesome. That's wild. It only goes 2 miles an hour. I know that.
No, I am triple tasking right now. I am walking, I am podcasting, and I am working.
Yeah. That's great, man. Yeah. What speed are you at right now?
Oh, the highest it goes. I mean,
Two.
two miles.
Can you type that? Can you type at that speed?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I tell. That's what I tell everyone.
Not as well as I can if I'm
Right.
staying still,
But you can.
you know.
Yeah, dude. Back in the day, I would bring a full change of clothes to work, go to the walking treadmill room, change in that room because it's like an old converted office, right? So I'd shut the door, change, walk for like an hour and a half, get work done, and then go back to my desk. Actually, our boss did not like that I did that. Do you know that?
Did he tell you that?
Yeah, he was like, "Can you?" He didn't like he didn't like how I changed in that room.
Why?
I don't know. I think one time
he was like, "No, you need to do that in the bathroom."
Yeah, do it in the bathroom. And I'm like, I told him, okay, never did. Yeah.
I don't know why that would matter, but
I mean, I think one time Brian, not our Brian, the other Brian who works in the back, he like walked in on me, I was tying my shoes, and he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And I was like, I was putting my shoes on. It wasn't anything serious. And so I think maybe he told Scott, I don't know. Dude, I have no idea.
No. Okay. All right, so are we going to address the big topic?
Maybe. Yeah, we probably will. Little dog's down. My dog's down by my feet, hanging out. Yeah, so listeners, I'm buying a house. It happened. All thanks to you guys and your kind dollars, I have been able to buy a house. So the process like literally just started. So there we go.
Yeah, thanks to their hard-earned cash, you now have a mansion built on their backs.
It's actually, I think we haven't gotten the appraisal yet, but $2.5 million. I think that's what it should be. Maybe divide that by.
Thank you, Patreon.
Yeah, thank you, Patreon. Maybe 1 sig fig off. Anyways, it's a very modest home. It's very cute. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want people. One day when we're famous, they'll find where we live. But I'll say it's a shotgun-styled home, which I think is pretty cool.
My place is kind of shotgun.
Yeah, it is for sure. It's like more like it's definitely old. It's an older home, which it's like nicely it's been nicely updated, and it looks pretty. It's bitching, guys. It's pretty great. So that's why I'm doing. Like I have to go we're doing the inspection later today, and so I have to go to that. So, which my realtor, were you at your inspection for your place?
Yeah, kind of. Well, mostly like the guy got there earlier than the appointment and like basically did everything, but then he just like walked me through.
Oh, okay.
The place. So.
Okay, so I'm going. Supposedly, it can take like 4 hours, which I was anticipating like maybe 1.5. We'll find out. I don't know. I'm like, we'll see. It was built in 1900. Isn't that crazy? Well,
not really. No, not for here.
Yeah, you're right. Well, for me, isn't it wild? Like this home, whatever. It's an old home, but it's not like in disrepair. So what me and my wife were talking about, because we were kind of like, we bid the price on it, and we were like, should we have done that? Should we have bought this house? And yes, we totally should have. Did you feel that way when you got your place? You really had some like anxiety?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I had a lot going on at the time.
True.
I was just like, it's like pretty cheap. I'll just do it.
Okay, cool.
Whatever.
because we it was funny because she just yesterday we were talking. She was like, "You see that house that just posted for sale? That one house?" And we both like knew exactly like a new house just came up, and we were both like, "Oh man!" But it was much more expensive, and homes in this area we had to go over. So I'm not I'm not ashamed to say I offered over. But a lot of homes are going over still in this area. You know, places where people want to live, it's still competitive. Places where they don't want to live, it's not. Well, I think you know, like my price point, like our price point, like first time home buyers, that is a very competitive market. And everything that's like not a starter home is like not competitive. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's kind of that's how it is out where what I see out where I am.
Well, yeah, because like everybody who, because a lot people always kind of want to get their first place, but if you get locked into those rates from like whatever 2020
I know.
or before, you're not gonna want to change that. So
I know.
most
True.
people aren't like
Uh,
really upgrading.
You know what's interesting? Historically, like I think the average, if you do the math across like since we've been doing these like 30-year mortgages, like the average mortgage rate is like 7%. So like actually rates under 7, that was unusual. And I think I was reading about it and I think people don't realize that is that only because of like essentially the 2008 financial crisis and then following that COVID, that's why rates were essentially for 2 decades like so low. And you could, yeah, well, there was some, it jumped around a little bit, but we're well under 7% versus like back in like I don't know, the 90s or even the 80s, they were like 13%. At one point, I think they were like 24%. So it's crazy. Like that was during
Yeah.
some insane financial. Anyways, doesn't matter. So I,
But I think I read that too, that it's not that crazy of rates.
yeah.
And
So
also like, the cost of the house like matters a lot to like if you have like a 7% rate on a 200K home versus like a 4% on a 300K home, you're still going to be paying a lot more,
yeah, no, for sure.
like that. Like, and if I don't know how the math all works out because I haven't done it for so long, but like depending on the house price and your interest rate, you could pay like you could have a lower interest rate and still end up paying like 100K more if you like, you know, get a significantly higher cost place. Like,
Yeah, no, for sure.
so
Yeah, so it was wild out there. So just like for all of our listeners who are in the steps of buying a home, you guys got this. Don't worry about it. Just put, it's only like the biggest expense of your entire life for the next like until you buy another home or whatever.
was there anything wrong with the place when you first toured it?
No, there was like
Or did it
nothing wrong
seem
with
all
it.
like,
It seemed like perfect. Like no joke. Like it seemed great. Um, only thing I wasn't happy about there isn't there's no garage, which I really wanted a garage, but there is a excuse me, there's a nice basement, and which is interesting because the home is built in like that. Like I, concrete really wasn't around in like 1900. You know what I mean? Like, so the basement's concrete, which meant at some point they like redid the entire basement. So, or they either added it in or they did something to it. So, which that's kind of unusual. So usually you'd see like stone basements, like literally just like built out of stone for homes that old. So anyway, so it's a nice basement, and I'm gonna make that my workshop. And I've cool things coming that will be come out of the workshop, but we'll see that.
cool?
Anyways, but no, there's nothing wrong with it. There's only one bathroom, which we have big plans. We're gonna build additions onto the home. Okay, let me just talk. I'll talk to you about. So we were like, I guess we offered more in this home, but the price point we offered on it, it was already a cheaper home to begin with. It was kind of the lower end of our budget, and because it was cheaper, the homes which cost like the cost to add a carport, like pour a concrete patio, add an extension, all that stuff added together equals the cost to buy a home that already has all those things but isn't updated. Does that make sense? So like that's kind of how we're rationalizing it is that we'll be able to add the things we want to add on later. They'll be brand new and done exactly how we want them. and they won't need to be like updated. Versus we could buy a home today which has everything we need, but it has some wear and tear on it. You know what I mean?
But isn't it like, but that, but all those additions you have to pay out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like it's
Well,
not,
you can
you
get
can't like mortgage, not like,
you can do. There's different ways to do it. You can do. Yes, you can. You can like lump it into your mortgage. That's one way to do it. You can just get different lines of credit to pay for them, specifically under like home improvement credits or home improvement like mortgages or home improvement loans per se. So there's like programs for you to do things like this because the idea is that you're getting value out of it because when you sell it, like it's an investment to add an addition to your home, and so they view it like that. So there's different like avenues to achieve that. Is it the cheapest thing in the world? No, but you do have to pay quite a bit out of pocket. But I feel pretty good about it. I think it'll be, we'll get there. And then this isn't like this year or next year. This is like maybe 3-4 years from now.
it's not going to be one of those homes where it's like all brick and then like the back is like just normal siding that you see
Right.
in suburbia. Like,
Oh, sorry,
I
dog.
see that in a lot of places.
Yeah, I know. Like you could
Well,
tell where
even
you could
more
tell
out.
where the additions were because it's just like
Yeah,
a little bland. Anyways, but you got a big yard for the dog, so we're pumped for that. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Anyway, so I have to go to the inspection today, which should be cool. How much did your inspection cost you?
I want to say like 400 or 600, something like that. I
Damn,
don't remember.
mine was $800.
Oh well,
But,
your place might be bigger. I don't know.
well, yeah, it is, but it's like a flat price. So I had to add on extra to have them inspect for termites.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, like I had to add on that. I added on a sewer lateral, which is like one of the most expensive repairs you can do on a home ever.
Well, I was kind of lucky in that like somebody tried to purchase my place ahead of time
that's
before
right.
me, and then backed out after the inspection.
Was it really that bad of an inspection that made them like?
Well, the inspection, the reason they backed out was there was like I have that big what's it called, window in
Yeah.
the front, and there was mold in the corners.
Oh, that's
They backed
right.
out because of the mold, and I knew about that, and I was like, okay, I'll buy the place if you fix the mold and fix the gutters which are causing the mold.
And like, isn't that the whole point of the inspection is to do that? I think on ours we
Yeah.
actually said we aren't going to do any. We're not going to do any repairs from the inspection, but because a lot of people today, for the homes which are I want to say maybe more desirable, they don't want an inspection done. They'll just buy it as is.
Right.
And so we had the inspection done, but we're saying we're not going to like unless it's like an insane fix, we're not going to like contest it, and we're just going to be like, okay, it's fine. We just want to know. But because we had the inspection, we had the opportunity to pull out of the contract without any losing any of our earnest money or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was like a little stressful. I don't know why, because I feel like there's so much crap I have to do this week.
Yeah.
Like so much crap. I have to call later today at the inspection. I have to call for home insurance, and then have to send out all my documents to people and whatnot. And it's just like
I don't know if you have a realtor, right? You're
yeah,
doing it through.
yeah.
Well, I got like after we signed the contract, I got like 10 emails, and they're like, you need to do this, 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 and this, and you need to do this, and you need to sign this, and take a look at that. And I'm like, well, okay, I guess I'll just.
Yeah.
It was a pretty long list, and I mean, it wasn't like too bad, but it was just kind of a lot,
Yeah.
Especially while doing, your normal job and
we are at work. Let's not forget that, listeners. We are at work.
yeah.
It's like lunchtime. It's a lunch break. That's literally how I feel. Like I had to call. I'm sitting at my desk at work, like calling people, and I don't know why I feel so embarrassed when I call on my phone. Like when I have a Teams call on my laptop, I'm just like, I'll say anything on those calls. But all of a sudden, now that's on my phone, I don't want people like, you know what I mean? Like,
I can tell when people are on.
Yeah,
personal
that's what I'm
calls.
saying.
It's very obvious.
I know it's like weird. So I had to do that.
You don't
today.
have like a spot you can go to take personal calls.
I mean, I could go outside, but the
Well,
call
yeah, I don't
was
know
like
how far outside is for you.
far enough that I would take the call at my desk. Or okay, it's really not that far, but the call was so short that who cares? First of all, get off my back, okay? Like, anyways, did you have when you were getting your mortgage? Did you like contact multiple people for different like quotes for your mortgage?
Lenders, yeah.
Yeah, how'd that go? Did you see
Uh,
were they all like the same or?
yeah, they were pretty much the same. I think the differences were, gosh, I forget what the money, which type of money it was,
Yeah,
but like, it was probably like, I don't know, $500 difference
yeah.
between like the closing costs. Um, it wasn't really that big of a
Yeah.
difference. It was
So we,
mainly like I was planning on going with like Ally for a while, just because I already have a
oh
bank
yeah,
account with them, um, and they were going to give me like $500 if I did it with them or something.
yeah.
So, but
Is that what you did?
no, I had to, because of my place. I had to get like kind of a unique
Oh, that's
mortgage. I don't know
right.
if I talked to you about
Yeah,
it.
we did talk about that. That's right.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So
Yeah. So I've reached out to. I kind of hated how your realtor is like, oh hey, look here, talk to all these people. Just talk to these people. Like I kind of hate how they give you recommendations on who to talk to because it feels kind of like, are you guys like sharing this money? Like you know what I mean? Like it just feels a little sketchy. So I called
oh,
someone that
like the
might.
title company and stuff.
Yeah, like all that stuff. So my sister in law is buying a home. So Katie's sister, and she's buying a condo, and she was telling me she got like a 5.9% loan for her mortgage, which I was like, that's crazy. So I called the
Is
lady
I don't
up.
know. Is that what is the average right now? I don't even know.
I just got quoted 6.99.
So still like seven.
Yeah, still like 7. Yeah, 7. Yeah, I got quoted 7. But she got like 5.8, which I was like, that's really good. So then I go ahead and call, and then they're like, oh, they explained to me that like sorry guys, sorry listeners, I make too much money, and I don't get access to the programs that she
Oh
got
yeah,
access to.
I could have guessed that.
Yeah,
I could have.
so
Yeah, like there's
sorry though.
if she got like 1% below the market rate, there's got to be some sort of reason.
Yeah, which I'm like, that makes so much sense. So then she was like, so then I was talking to her, and then she was telling me all the same things that other people like I call it like the exact same spiel, and I'm like, wait, so you're like, oh, and the thing that we do that's nice and fancy is we don't charge you to refinance with us, or we don't charge you these kind of things. And I'm like, this is the same thing the other people said to me. And I'm like, what, are you all just the same people? Like, is there no difference? Whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember. Gosh, it's been so long. Like somehow, when I was purchasing my place and leading up to that, I was doing like so much research, like because obviously it's a big
Yeah.
decision. I was like, okay, if I get a 15 versus a 30-year paying at a 15-year rate, how much? What's the
Yeah.
difference? And like what's the difference between like pre-approval and like
Yeah. Right.
blah blah blah, all of this. And I got so into it, and now I'm like 6 months removed, and it's like so
Gone.
out of my mind.
That's
It is
hilarious.
so far gone.
I'm like,
Um,
I feel the same way. I've just been like looking at all this crap and like just like doing
yeah,
running the numbers, crunching the numbers to be like because it's a lot of money. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I don't know. You know what I mean? Due
yeah. It would be
diligence.
funny. I'll be curious to see if like in a few months you retain it better than I did, because I like it is so
No
far
idea.
out of my head.
It's I just a big thing about I'm not a cheap guy. Okay, I'm not cheap. I am what's the word? Starts with an F.
Frugal.
Frugal. I'm a frugal man. Okay, I if I know I can get something cheaper somewhere else, and it's the same quality, I'm gonna go there and get it. Like when I'm booking an Airbnb for vacation, like I'm going to exercise all options and be like, oh, we could stay here for $3,000, or we could stay here for 2,500, and it's like you know what I mean. I'm comparing everything, so I'm like, I'm going to town. Like I like have you seen those kayak commercials where it's like, no, I'll do it myself. I don't want kayak to find me the best deal, so I'll do it myself or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's me. There's one really funny one where the guy's like a vacuum cleaner and he like cleans his floor by himself because he wants whatever. Anyway, so I want to do it myself, and I just don't trust. I don't know. I just don't trust these like the real. I really don't like realtors. They just make me kind of.
Yeah.
They make me like, like you know what I mean. I just don't like.
Well, I understand where you're coming from, especially with the mortgage. But like then when it comes to like the title company and the home inspection, I'm like, well, what really is the difference? Like
I know.
$100, $200, and I got to do all this research
Yeah,
to
that's a
like,
good point.
and
You
it's
know,
probably still the same.
do you have? Did you have to get like title insurance? Have you heard about that?
Uh
Maybe.
yeah,
So like the whole all the
that sounds
title
familiar. I don't
companies.
remember.
Title
That's
companies are
not
like,
PMI, is it?
no, it's something different. Title companies are like a complete scam. Like you're telling me you're gonna issue the title and run the transaction for us, and you're gonna charge us all this money for it. Where I'm like, okay, so you're just like making sure paperwork goes through, and the like checks are fine, and you're gonna charge all this money. One big thing you can get is title insurance, which is that like it like verifies that you actually own the land you're buying. Because in America we don't like keep a ledger of who buys whose land. In other countries they do that, so they know like the government knows who owns land because you report it with the government. Here we don't really do that. Like we do, like you do. You pay property tax, so you do have to report it. But they're not like keeping track of it in a way that it's like verifiable. So that's why we have these like title companies who like help along the path. Anyway, so like title insurance is like if someone like has a claim to your property and it gets passed down to like their kids, and then like 100 years later, it turns out that wait, the great grandfather who owned this land actually gave it to his son, who gave it to his son, who gave it to his son, and you own it, but the grandson has a title saying that they own it. Then you have to go to court, and it's super expensive. This has not happened. This was a problem in like the 1800s when you could just like show up with documents and be like, I own this place. This is not a problem today, but they still make you get it. Like isn't it so stupid? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, do they make you get it? I don't even.
they might. I don't know. There's like it might be baked into the services you pay for. So it's just like what. Well, anyway, there's just like just dumb stuff like that. I don't know.
I'd have to. Let me see. I like. Man, I still haven't gotten around to like taking because pretty much all my documents are electronic from my purchase, and I
Yeah.
haven't gotten around to like putting them in a nice, neat folder on my computer.
Dude, literally me. Like that is my biggest problem. Is like I thought I'd be more as an adult. I'd be better with my files. Now I made literally I just this huge thing right here behind me. That little all those that's all my files. Like
Yeah, yeah. I don't like. I have good intentions like with everything, like with like my work computer. Like I've had like three big boy jobs, and when I started each one of them, I had like very neat, like organized system. But especially with this one, which I've been at for a long time,
yeah,
it's just like I know where everything is, but
yeah.
like I, you
Dude,
know,
I have like I have a disciplined file system at the old job and at this job. But like at home, I do not have a like I don't have I have a safe and there's nothing in it. Like I should really be keeping the things that need to go into a safe in that safe. You know what I mean?
yeah. Dude, I freaking forget the combination. Or, you know, you know those. I'm sure there's people who have a safe and they keep important stuff, and they still have the safe code written somewhere.
Oh yeah, I think I read something that was like a very like people who have like saves or passwords like and write them down. They like physically write them down. You can usually find the combination within like a 6 foot radius of whatever it goes to. Like, because like if I wrote down the password to my safe, the safe would be in my office, and the password would be
Right.
stored in my office.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Like
you
if
have
I
to find.
were, yeah, if I were a burglar, I would, and looking for passwords or codes, it'd be in the office. It'd probably be in the office or the bedroom, maybe.
Yeah, somewhere in the bedroom.
Otherwise, I guess you got to be smart if you write down your stuff. Keep it
Yeah,
like in the bathroom or something.
yeah, in the toilet bowl.
Nobody's gonna look in the bathroom for
Yeah,
a
right.
safe code.
Anyway, so yeah, I don't, and then like, well, now my phone like tracks all of my passwords for me. So
Oh yeah,
yeah, I mean, if I
I
lose
don't
my,
trust those. I don't trust those password managers or Google.
well, Apple's really good about it. They have a great system
No,
for it.
I, I,
I,
I just use my aging and deteriorating memory to remember all my
I use
passwords.
the same password for everything, but
You know,
it's so complex of a password that I feel safe doing that. If that makes sense.
I have two. Man, I don't think I should get into this. Never
Yeah,
mind.
right. Maybe we shouldn't. That's
Passwords.
awesome.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
right.
right.
Okay. Anyway, so yeah, so okay, I got the house later today, and then this weekend we're going down to my wife's family has some property down south, so we're going out. We're going down there, and I'm like, we should invite all the guys down one weekend. It'd be a great time.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, for sure. It's like a
Um,
it's a cabin, like a full fledged cabin.
well, what do you mean? Cabin can mean a lot of things. You mean
Oh,
like a house
yeah,
cabin,
it's
or
like a house. Yeah.
like kind of like a hiking cabin, where it's
Now there are three cabins on the property. The big one has 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, and it's like 2 floors, so it's pretty big. And then there's the tiny cabin, which is the one they bought from like Pennsylvania or whatever. Then there's another cabin which is like abandoned on the property in disrepair somewhere in the woods.
ooh, I want to stay at that one.
Yeah, it's actually I went there and it is rough. It is like prairie days at that cabin. Like the roof is like falling down or whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Sounds dangerous.
Anyways, but it'd be a good time. Yeah, there's like the property alone has a lot of cool things to do. There's a lake we can go to, which they. This is the pro. One day I'll be a part-time owner of this property. One day, not for a while, but they like there's an easement. There's a road which runs through their property, and other people own properties further into the woods, but they have to pass through like our property to get there. But it's like you can do easements where they build roads, and then like it's legally required that you to allow them access. However, we maintain the road, and so it's more of like a gentleman's agreement that we'll maintain the road and whatnot if you guys help us and you can come through to access your property. So we have like rights to use this lake, even though we don't own the lake, if that makes sense. But every time we go down there, the people around the lake like stand out on their front porches and like cross their arms and like stare at us. They're like, "Who are you?" Like they're trying to be friendly, but they're not. They're like, "Oh, who are you down here with?" And I'm like, people who've been here since before you guys." Like, I don't know. Anyways, so it's just kind of funny. You know how people get out. You know how people are out in the
Yeah.
country.
Oh man, I don't know. I know you kind of mentioned maybe me coming out there, but like, what if we invited like Ryan and Austin? I'm like,
Dude, they might die. Who's that guy? No, it'd be a good time. I think it actually be a lot of fun. So we could talk about doing that. Just like in
Yeah.
addition to our hiking trip or whatever. It'd be great.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Yeah, it's legit. It's pretty legit.
Is now? Did you say this is like towards like southeast Missouri?
Yeah, so it's only like it's like less than 2 hours away. It's actually way closer than I thought. So not bad at all.
Nice.
Yeah, so we could talk about it. It'd be a lot of fun.
Ah,
They like
send it in the group chat.
I will, yeah. I'll let you guys. I'll send some pictures of the place too. It's like the only problem is the cabin. They like built it in like the 70s, late 70s or 80s. So the big one we all stay at, and so there's like shag carpet, which has never been replaced. And, like it's a little like it's not bad, but it's a little dingy. I like it. Like it's not bad. It's just I mean.
Well, yeah. If it's not like a full time place for somebody, it's gonna have some like old shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's one time I was like just looking around, found like a crossbow in the basement, like hidden behind a door. Oh, there's like some guns down there, and I'm like, what? They like use it to go hunting, so they'll use that as like their hunting, and they can hunt on their property, or they'll like the other family we share it with. They go down there all the time, like for every holiday and stuff like that. So,
Are
Anyways,
you are you taking the dog out there?
oh, we are. Yeah, we're taking the dog, so we're gonna see how that goes. I think our dog, if she got off the leash, would run into the woods and I'd never see her again. So
I feel the same.
yeah, so we are going to be careful. Willow, she's chewing on my stuff.
Maybe you could get one of those like really long leashes.
We do. We have like I think it's like a 20-foot leash. So we're gonna use that, and then I want to get like a GPS tracker on her, but I think we'll be fine. She's just not like one of those. She's not a chill dog like that. She's just not cool. She's not a cool guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so okay, yeah, we could talk about doing that. That'd be a lot of fun. Okay, cool. That was all I had. Yeah, what else is going on?
Well, I think it's been a while since our last one, so I think I didn't cover the update on my pranks, right?
No, you haven't. You covered something, but how did they all go? Everyone's back.
Okay.
In office.
So I mentioned what I was gonna do, right?
Yeah, you
So one of the pranks was leaving a note on somebody's desk that said like, I had to get you back for your prank.
did. Yeah.
But there's no prank, right?
Right.
So I get into work. I'm usually the first one into work. I get in, go to the bathroom. I come back, and usually nobody's still there, even by the time I come back.
Yeah.
But both her, who was a subject of the prank, and another person who was gone and a subject of a prank, they were both back, and they were talking about the note. And I overheard the one who wasn't the subject of the prank. Hey, I'm pretty sure, maybe there's no prank. Maybe that's the prank.
No.
I'm like, what? No.
That's so annoying.
Figured it out. And then like I sit down, and the one girl's like, hey, so what is the prank? And I'm like, you'll find out. You'll find out soon. So I'm still trying to, I'm
trying to coax
not
it
going to
along.
give up on it so easily.
Yeah, right.
And she's like, oh, what could it possibly be? And they kind of forget about it, but they bring it up later, and she's kind of like looking around her desk, like for something. And then they're both talking to me, and like, what is the prank? So what's the prank? I'm like, I think there's no prank. I'm like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
And then the girl who's not the subject of the prank goes back to her desk and finds a little tiny battery, like a round battery, on the floor of her cubicle. And she's like, Boyan, does this have something to do with the prank? I'm like, I don't know.
Dude, now that worked. Now they're actively making pranks, which aren't pranks. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then they started like trying to figure out what does this battery go to.
What?
And like it was kind of like a battery to a remote, and they like plug it into some remote, and they try like clicking it around to see what it turns on. And I'm just there like cracking up. Like,
you're like, this is so wild.
Oh
my god,
especially, yeah, it's like after thinking that it was dead in the water, like upon arrival, they actually like pretty.
They pulled through.
Yeah, so I let that go the entire day.
Nice.
And that was pretty fun.
That's
then
good.
my other prank was the moving the mouse around randomly.
Yeah.
And so I started that like pretty early, and she was like trying to figure it out. She was like looking it up, like how to fix this, and like picking up her mouse and stuff. And like she found somewhere online like either you got hacked or somebody's messing with you. And so she got up and walked over to my desk and was like, hey, and I'm like,
that is so good.
And I could not help from like just cracking up. Like,
dude,
I
so
couldn't
funny.
keep a straight face.
That's pretty good.
I really wish I could.
That's the good one. I'm like, that must have been like so irritating to like, just like wiggle her mouse.
Yeah, but then she was like, oh, because Austin wasn't there at the time, we should do it to Austin too. And
that's classic.
And so we plugged it into Austin's computer, and dude, I was doing it for so long, and I could hear him like messing around with it. And then like during lunch, I'm like, hey, how's your day going, man? It's like, pretty good, man. My mouse is kind of acting up right now. Like, it's just like, I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to figure it out. I can't figure it out. And I'm like, I'm able to keep a straight face. This time I'm like, I don't know
Oh,
what that's
that's so
about,
weird.
man. Yeah, so weird. And then at one point, at one point, he's messing around. He gets frustrated, and he gets up, picks up his laptop, and goes to the IT guy.
What?
Yeah, he goes to the IT guy
Dude.
and like explains the problem. Like, oh, my mouse is just like acting weird, and then the IT guy picks up his laptop and moves everything around and works just fine because I'm not like anywhere nearby.
Oh my god. Dude,
And
that's
then
so
the
good.
IT guy tells him, he was like, "Oh, look at that! It's fixed, magic." And then Austin walks back out, and I'm doing it again, and he's still doing the same thing. And then I walk over to his desk. I'm like, "How's it going, man? Is your mouse still acting up?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is." And I'm like, just like sitting there, like on top of his cubicle. Oh, that's so weird. And then I pick up the mouse and put it right and move it around.
Oh, that's good. That's a good one.
Yeah, that was really good.
Then how did he
Yeah.
respond? I bet he was. I know.
Oh
Austin.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, dude,
Oh, come on,
of
man.
course it's you." Like,
Oh, it's too good. Wonder how many dollars you costing the company by doing that.
yeah.
Just kidding. Dude, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
so that was a good time. Good time.
That's
Well, I'm
hilarious.
going. So Austin and I are going away for a week for a work trip
Yeah.
next week. So I have a strong feeling they'll probably try to pull some prank on at least me, if not Austin as well.
Yeah, dude. That's
So,
what you're starting something bad.
yeah.
This is how
Well, it could be
warfare
fun.
starts.
Be
Yeah,
fun.
yeah, maybe. That's
I
great.
certainly already had some fun. So.
Yeah, you're like, that was great. I'm done. I'm like, how fun was that? That's hilarious. Wow, way to go, man. Yeah, I feel like office pranks can go so well, or they can just be like so poorly received that
Yeah.
it's just not even worth it. So
You gotta know the person. You gotta
Yep.
know
know the
their
audience.
relationship to you,
Yeah.
and like the right level of annoying,
Right.
like in what they can handle. Because like if I pulled that prank on like the mouse one on like my boss, like I don't think he'd be happy.
No, he would not be very happy about that.
You know,
He would. Yeah.
Um,
No way.
unless I did it for like maybe 5 minutes, but that's about it. Like
Yeah.
definitely could not.
Actually, I could see him laughing if it was for like literally 2 minutes, and then you immediately come in and be like, "Ha, I pranked you." But if you let it go for like more than like 20, he'd probably be very mad.
Yeah.
Be like that.
Um,
Well, dude, that's wild.
so
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
good time, man. You should play some pranks on all the coworkers you don't know.
well, it's like all of them. Oh man, yeah. Here's new. I got the. So I told you there was some girl who took over my buddy's cube who got let go. Well, she just started working yesterday. Yesterday was her first day, and I don't know why, but it's kind of pissing me off. I don't really like having someone to the right of me anymore. I was like, when it was my buddy Austin, new Austin, when it was him, it was a good time. I was fine. But now she's just like sitting there, and I'm like, just not liking it. I don't know.
You don't like her, or the fact that there's somebody there?
The fact that there's somebody there, that's what I don't like. So, anyway, I try to talk to her to be like nice, but not biting. I'm like, okay, like there's already so little fun in this little cubicle section. Just way to make it less fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now you can't.
Yeah,
You can't
people.
record a podcast in your
Yeah,
computer.
no, I can't record. Yeah. Oh yeah, we tried to record this episode yesterday, and were you at work?
No, I was at home.
Oh, well, I was at work, and it wasn't working for some reason. So for some reason, I can call you when you're at work, but you can't call me when I'm at work.
I guess it must be like your guys' firewall.
I don't know, man.
I don't know internet.
I don't know because it works right now. Which like
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
I
something
should
about
know.
space lasers.
Yeah, I know. Dude, yeah, space lasers. Yeah, beats me. Man.
So
Oh,
does your new coworker, does she still have that like new grad energy?
Oh,
Like
yeah, totally. Yeah, very overdressed yesterday. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's your first day. You're gonna overdress because you have no idea. So
Yeah.
today, much less overdressed.
Yeah, I know. I did that like at every single job. First day,
Overdressed.
I like, yeah.
Yeah, because it's just a gamble. You want to fit in. You don't want to be like I have people who, it's just like our sphere of where we work. But I have buddies who work in like finance. Well, okay, not finance. Okay, yes, it's finance, but not like finance per se. You know what I mean? And they wear like like button up shirts and like dress pants and like black shoes to work every day. And that's like the most dressed up person I know. And that's what their daily wear is.
Yeah.
And I'm like again, I've already said this before, but I haven't seen a tie, and like I've seen like two ties in my entire career so far. You know what I mean? Not very common.
Yeah. I wore ties to like interviews at work. And I think like on my first day at my first couple companies, I wore a tie and a button up.
Oh yeah,
Um, I don't know if I remember seeing people with ties, but I feel like lawyers, like even here, they still wear ties.
yeah.
And then like in New York, like I see images of New York, and it seems like they,
They wear ties.
like
Yeah,
that's what they do. Yeah, like
I
it's way more common out there.
yeah. It's just not common for us to wear ties. I haven't worn a tie. Even the weddings, I don't wear a tie. Are you kidding me? Like well, maybe I should,
Oh,
but
really?
I don't. They're much more casual. So, anyways, not to rehash our. If you want to hear more about fashion, listen to our podcast in the park. For some reason, a very under listened to episode, arguably one of the best. Don't know why.
Yeah,
Don't know why it performed so poorly.
I don't know either.
It was a great episode. It was out. We were outside in a park, and it was an alliteration. So I don't know what more you guys want from us, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't think you could get really more clever than that.
Yeah, yeah, I know. Oh man, dude, I will say this. I am really pumped. More house talk. I am pumped for my office in the new house. So it's going to be upstairs in the room. Solid wood floors. It's got two windows, three windows, all facing all four walls, three walls. Loads of natural light. These episodes are going to be through the roof. Give me 2 months. This is going to be insane. Okay.
Are you planning on like doing anything before you'll move into the place, or?
We'll have. Did I say this? The closing date is. Oh, did I tell you that the closing date? Did I say that yet? Oh, okay. Well, actually, I guess I have two more things to share. The closing date is the day before my lease ends. So, isn't that crazy? Okay, it actually isn't. I say that, but it's not the truth. We actually renegotiated, and so it's the Monday, but the week I have to leave this apartment. So it's actually the middle of July. So it's not it's like 45 days from now. Which is, I mean, not that long, but man. So the only thing I really want to do is repaint the office because it's a nursery right now, so it's like baby blue. So I'll just repaint that to something kind of neutral, and then go from there.
Is the rest of the place like white or what?
Oh yeah, it's not like gray. It's like nice and white. It's very nice, and it's a blank. It's like not millennial gray. It's a nice canvas. It's a good canvas for us.
So, and you're gonna leave it white? Or?
I think so for the most part. I don't know what. I think we're gonna put up a lot of paintings and stuff like that. I think we might paint a couple of the walls, but I think for right now, we're just gonna paint the upstairs office because there's 2 bedrooms upstairs. You've seen the listing. You saw it. It's cute.
No, I have.
Oh, I thought I sent it to you.
No, you did not.
What? I totally did.
No.
Oh my god! Is there a chat?
I specifically asked for it too.
Did I? Oh, okay. Don't make me. Okay. Oh, here's a chat. Okay, let me drop it in the chat. This could have been such a more interesting podcast if you would have said something.
I'm just like visualizing in my head what's it called? Like a mind palace,
Your inland empire
You know.
chat.
Isn't there like some sort of memory technique that's like I forget what. I think it's called Mind Palace, something like that.
Dude, you need to play.
I saw it in Sherlock once.
You need to play Disco Elysium. That is phenomenal game.
Yeah, but that's like, isn't it like
It's a point.
It's
It's a
like one of
point.
those games where, yeah, I don't
It's
know.
like a point and click, but no, it's like I can't put it in the chat. I can't explain it to you, man. It's like so different than what you expect it to be that it's like gripping.
Maybe I will one day, but
Dude, I got it for free
right now
on
trying to read. You know, trying to read some
what?
books. You know,
Well, it's literally like a
instead of
book.
play some book games. Yeah.
No, I think it's like it's phenomenal. Whatever. Do you see the house?
Oh yeah, now I see it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, you see, isn't it
Whoa,
cute?
it's got a huge lawn, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dog.
Fenced backyard. Okay.
Yep.
They already got a leather jacket for you waiting.
Yeah, I know. I keep looking at it. I've looked at these pictures like 1,000 times.
Oh yeah, I did the same thing.
Yeah. And
Is that a permanent island in the middle there?
no,
The
it's
kitchen,
from
or-
no, but it's coming with the house. We're getting like the island, and in the bedroom there's like these like wall of closets. We're getting those. Those are coming with the house.
Oh, I see. Those are some nice closets.
Yeah.
So both the bedrooms are upstairs then?
Yeah.
Oh
Besides the
yeah,
master.
you don't want that baby booth. That's for kids.
Yeah. Right. So I'm gonna repaint this.
Yeah.
I think I might paint the walls white. I don't know yet.
Oh yeah,
I
it looks like there's some like light. It's like light gray.
yeah. I want it to be like. I just want the rooms to feel a little more brighter. So I want to paint them white.
Are there pictures
Yeah.
of the? Wait, are there pictures of the basement in here?
No, there's not. But the basement is. If you look at the outside picture, there's like I might cut all this out. I don't want people. I don't want even the chance of people knowing where I live. But if you look at the side profile of the house, so the second to last picture, or I guess even the last one, you can see like there's an extension built onto the back. That's where the master bedroom is.
Mhm.
And so the basement is the size from the front of the house to just before that extension. And it's a good size.
Oh, nice. And it's got a fire pit. Looks like.
Yeah, it was so funny. I was talking to Katie. Was like, it has a fire pit. We have to get it. And I'm like, babe, I will build you. I'm like, I do not. I will build you a fire pit. It's like $200. It's like I can
Yeah, that's
buy
like one
one
of the easier things.
to do. Which I think I actually might move the fire pit, to be honest. Put it further in the back.
Yeah, it is kind of in a little bit of an awkward spot.
Yeah, right. Because
I'm not sure
I don't
why
know.
they put it there.
So what we're
I
gonna
guess
do
maybe
is,
for the kids to not trip over it.
I mean, yeah, but that's they're not gonna be running around this yard for like 5 years. You know, it's a while away. But so the back of the house, I'm going to make that addition even longer, and then add a bathroom, and then at the front of the house, I want to add a carport to the left of the home, and see if I can do that. So we'll see what happens. Those are the two big things I'm going to look into, but I might not do them for a while.
Nice, man.
Yeah, right. Pretty decent, right? Not bad.
And is this in the location you wanted it to be?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's like right where we wanted it to be. It's like not far from the. I would say it's walking distance from the cool feature which my town is known for, and they're doing a whole bunch of like redevelopment, and like we're like not near the cool feature per se. We're like kind of further down in the town where it's like there's like a different neighborhood that's nearby us, but that neighborhood's getting like revitalized, so they're like doing a bunch of cool stuff there. So like between like all the investments we're doing on those cool features, it's gonna like we're really close to all the new stuff that's going in. So we can just like walk. It'd be like a 20-minute walk, but I'm like get some bikes. It's like a 3-minute bike ride, a 5-minute bike ride if that. You know what I mean? So we're pumped for it.
Nice. Oh, speaking of which, yeah. So since I'm going to be doing summer hours now, I'm planning on just like every Friday rather after work, I'm gonna like. Oh, primarily, I'm gonna start going down to Cherokee and like grabbing lunch there and kind of checking out, you know,
Oh yeah,
my neighborhood. But like just like getting lunch every Friday, like trying to try a new place every week.
dude, that sounds so good. Hey man, I'll come down and join you one day. I don't mind. I'm sure I could do that. That'd be a hoot.
Are you doing? Wait, didn't you say you could do summer hours? Or
Yeah, that conversation was like 10 months ago, and I don't think they remember me talking about that. So
oh,
I might ask, but I would love to, or just like I don't know that half day on Fridays was like a dream. I love that.
yeah, yeah.
But
I'm
that
excited.
sounds great.
Tomorrow's the first one, so
Oh, it's a
well,
pumped.
if you got time, I'm gonna be grabbing lunch tomorrow. So
Okay, well I'm going down to the farm tomorrow
oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
to the country, so maybe
Forgot
maybe
about
next weekend we could do that. But I can just go into the office and meet, or I'll meet you. Who cares? Who cares? Um, I was down on Cherokee last weekend. We went to me, Katie, and some of her friends. We went to Bluewood Brewing. It
Oh
was
yeah.
great. Yeah, it was a great time. Then we went to Sasha's on Shaw.
Oh, I almost went there the other day for the first time, but how
Yeah,
was it?
it was good. It was a nice vibe. We just sat and yapped on the patio. It was great. We almost went to Sippy. If you heard of that,
Uh,
that's on Cherokee.
oh yeah, I think I've heard of it. Yeah, yeah.
Anyways, but there was like no parking. We like could not find a spot, and it was like kind of in the sketchier part of Cherokee, so like really far down. So we were like, eh. So we went to Sasha's and Shaw. It was a great time. So I
There's
think
also a Sasha's in like the Clayton area too.
oh
I think
yeah,
that's actually the one I was gonna go
thinking
to.
about. Yeah, it was nice. It was good. We only ordered drinks. We ate before him. But yeah, maybe next time I'll bring you on down. You can meet that Polish girl. Well, she's not Polish. She's
The one that moved to Europe.
yeah. She like moved back.
Oh, did she? Oh, what
Yeah,
happened to her? The guy you went to the trip with the trip.
they're still together.
Oh yeah, is he still out there? Or
Yeah, he's still out there. I don't think he can
oh,
come
okay.
back here, man. He's a Russian citizen. I don't think they're gonna let him. You know what I mean?
Dude, that is wild.
Yeah, I
How's
know.
that working? How's that working out for them? You know,
I
is
don't know,
that
dude. Don't. I haven't asked her. She only been back for like a couple weeks. Anyways, but she might listen to this. No, it's fine. I doubt she will. Anyway, so yeah, we can get like a whole group together, go on down,
oh, sure.
get food, and go out to some places for some drinks. That'd be a hoot. Because I do not usually do that. We were out till like 1 a.m., which I'm like, wow, that is like not.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, it
That
was
does
like
not sound like you. Yeah.
I know it was a great time. Yeah, I do not usually do that kind of stuff. Usually I'm in bed. I'm pretty strict on bed. But anyways, yeah. So maybe yeah, we'll get lunch maybe next Friday or Friday soon, and then maybe we can all get together and hit up the town. Go down to Broadway, go to those oyster bars.
Yeah, I've actually never been to that place.
Oh yeah,
Just
look,
heard things.
Kitty's incredibly scared of that area, so I do not think she'll be coming with us. Anyways, I ran by it on the 5K. I ran by the oyster bar, and I was like, this place seems just fine. There was some homeless
Yeah.
man cheering us on from his wheelchair.
Yeah, see, they're nice.
They're nice. Yeah, they're nice down there. Oh man. Anyways, well, that sounds great, man. Yeah, I wish I had summer hours, or I wish it was more of a thing. So we'll find out, because definitely like Fridays already are not like Friday afternoons.
Yeah.
Nothing's really
Oh,
even
yeah.
even like
Well,
I think in any job there's not a lot going on.
well, I think there might be one or two people on my team who don't do summer hours. Like, because like my manager's like, tell me if you're doing summer hours. And then they don't do summer hours, but they still kind of do summer hours, like they
What's so
just,
funny? I realized that's what she was doing, and I was like, "You genius! That is so smart because everyone else isn't here. No one else is here on Fridays, and so that way they don't know that you're not here." That's what I'm saying. I didn't
yeah.
do that, but I realized that's what was happening.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't want to. It's risky.
It's risky. Yeah. I guess the way I'll just say this, if I was a manager, as long as like all your work gets done and there's no hindrance to projects, deadlines, timelines, or anything else, or you're costing the company money, I won't yell. I'd be mad, but I won't yell at you. You know what I mean?
I I feel mostly the same way, except like if you're supposed to be working like an 8 hour day and
Yeah.
you're like there like an hour and then you're gone for an hour, and then you're gone, like off and
Yeah.
on like that. It's like you're not really available,
Yeah.
like not
That's
even
my.
close to the 8 hours.
I would say that's true. I think if like I don't no, I'm not doing that kind of stuff. Would I take an extended lunch break or take an extended break during the day? Sometimes, sure, but during those times, like if you're not available, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So that's how I see it. Like if you're not available during those time periods, that's an issue because, like I said, if you're not there and somebody to reach out to you and you just can't do it, you're just causing problems
Yeah,
for everyone. And it's just like you're just gonna ruin it for
yeah,
everyone if you can't handle it. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. I think like yeah, I wouldn't mind if somebody's like gone like an hour here and
Yeah.
there, but if it's like every time you're working from home, you're like
Woof.
basically not there half the
Working.
time,
Yeah.
then it's like this is a problem.
It's crazy, right?
you know.
My sister-in-law, she got a new job. Not too recently. She's had it for a while. Her old job, I think I talked about this in the pod. Her old job replaced her with AI.
Yeah,
Isn't that crazy? But she's like, she's an affluent accountant. Like, she does important stuff, but she got a new job, completely remote, completely like full time online, and she's like, yeah, they like. I think the thing is, they just need the staff to handle crunch time, which is like once a month. Is like there's 1 week where it's really busy, which I think that's kind of how it usually is for accounting. I don't know. Yeah. Oh no, you guys are narrowing down what we do. Oh god,
yeah.
it's not accounting. So it's a crunch time. So she's like really busy for 1 week, and then the rest of the month, I'm like, she's there, she's online, but she's there's just nothing for me to do. That's what she tells me. Like we already did it all, and like, but the thing is, if they didn't have the staff for crunch time, then they wouldn't hit the deadlines, and then they'd have problems. That doesn't make sense. So that's the whole like issue, and it doesn't, and it doesn't make sense to just have people work just one, whatever. It doesn't matter. Just kind of weird like that. So I think there's a few jobs out there still, which are work from home and whatnot, but I think they're dwindling.
Yeah, they are. I don't know if it's like 100% correlated, but I imagine like there's some level of correlation between whether you can work from home and how easily replaceable by AI you are.
That's a really good point.
like,
Oh my god.
I mean, not that that's true for every job. There's
Right.
certainly some jobs that like it'd be very difficult to do.
Yeah.
But
No, for sure.
there's some level of correlation.
Yeah. I completely agree. I have a buddy the guy who works in finance. He was able to work from home once a week, and then the company was like, no, now it's only once a month. Which I'm like, why even work from home then?
Just shoot me, Like,
just shoot me. Yeah, literally. Just
like,
kill me.
Yeah, why are you even like dangling that carrot? Like, it's basically it's kind of like when I've never done this, but like if you go to a restaurant and you leave like a 5 cent tip, it's like just
take the money with you. I don't want your 5 cents.
Yeah.
So and I was like, I'm like, is there a difference in like, are you getting more? I was talking about it. I'm like, oh, so do they think they get more work done? Like, are you happier? Like, are you more productive now that you only get to work from home one day a month? And he's like, no, I hate it. And I'm like, great job, guys. Let's pat ourselves on the back for that. Like, I don't think people are more productive when they're. What should I say? I think in the grand scheme of things, I don't think they're going to be more productive when they know they can't work from home. Versus, I feel like I'm more productive when I think I'm more productive when I can work from home because I try to get everything taken care of so that work from home day can be relatively low impact. You know what I mean? Recently, I've been doing like just one day a week. So, because things get kind of busy. Yeah.
Yeah, you're super busy for you if you're.
Yeah,
you're sacrificing.
I really care about those work from home days. Yeah, I am. So just so that the Friday is a lot more enjoyable and easier to manage. You know what I mean? It's like I'd rather get everything set up so that way I can just wait for feedback and communications on Friday, opposed to like digging in deep on a Friday into like you know what I mean? to a project, get momentum going when I can do it earlier in the week. Anyways.
You don't, do you still have to go to your home inspection? I thought you said
it's
you
at
only
2.
have like half an hour.
I was lying.
Oh, okay.
It's at 2 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I was thinking when I said half an hour. I actually do probably have to go. I need to make some phone calls in a little bit, but I need to take the dog out.
Oh, yeah, I got to prepare for a meeting here soon.
Yeah. How far have you walked so far?
Just 2 miles.
2 miles. That's what I'm talking
It's
about.
almost exactly an hour. So
There we go. All right, guys. Well, this was a pretty. Wasn't too bad. Way to go. Yeah. We got big things coming in the works for the Between Two Cubes podcast family.
yeah.
Please follow along. Follow us on YouTube. Follow us on Spotify. Leave a message. Leave a comment. Leave a suggestion. Leave video ideas so we can do cool stuff. Yeah. Volunteer to edit the podcast for us. That'd be awesome. I don't know. Anyways, okay. Well, you guys heard it here first. Take it easy. Bye.
All right. See you guys.